Hi guys, it's SimLicy here. So welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am back renovating another city living apartment, and this time it's another Culpeper House apartments, which are some of my favorite apartments in the entire Sims 4 in all of the apartments. I love them so much. I love like the brick exteriors, and all of the shapes and sizes are perfect. One of them's way too big though. I like smaller apartments. I wish we had more smaller apartments. But either way, I chose this one because it has the balcony and I wanted to do another fall themed build. I've done fall apartments before, but I wanted to do another one because we've gotten more objects in game and I just love the color scheme, and I just wanted to, basically try this style again. Recently, I did a Halloween themed apartment, and I had realized I had never done one of those before, and I was really surprised with myself because I was certain I had probably done every holiday for an apartment, but I really don't think I have. I think I have a lot more to do, so I'm excited to do more in the future. So yeah, I wanted the balcony because I knew I wanted to have like pumpkins by the front door or by a door, and since you can't decorate the hallway of apartments, I couldn't do that. But I was like, well, if I pick an apartment with a balcony, then I could put pumpkins by the door from the balcony. And so I thought this was a pretty good idea, and I just really love the way the apartment came together. It's not overly decorated with like fall stuff necessarily, like pumpkins and fall leaves. I use a little bit of fall decorations like on the different tables and some of like the different surfaces, but not like overall. I think this could be like a regular everyday apartment and you wouldn't have to necessarily only use this in the fall. Like I think the color scheme is just really pretty for like any time of year. Like I love these green couches and chairs with the like yellowy colors and like the orangey wood colors. It's just so pretty. I don't know what my obsession is with like the orangey wood tones in game, but like over the past like, I want to say 6 months, it might be different because my time is like always messed up, but I feel like over that amount of time I've really fallen in love with like orange wood in the game. And I think for a while I always kind of steered away from it, and then I just like started using it and it became obsessed with it, and now I want to use it all of the time. And so thankfully it's the season to do that, and there's a lot of appropriate builds that kind of make sense with it, and yeah, I just can kind of go a bit crazy and I just really like it. But either way, this is it for the living room. I thought the bookcases behind the couch were really pretty. They came from Realm of Magic. I did place 2 of them next to each other, so they do overlap a little bit. So there's probably going to be some clipping and some parts that look a little bit weird, but I still thought that they looked really pretty overlapped. Like it wasn't too strange looking. And yeah, I thought they looked really pretty behind the couch. And then also the ones on either side of the fireplace are from Realm of Magic too, and I thought those fit there pretty nicely as well. And then over here is the kitchen. I love the kitchen and dining area so much. It's probably my favorite part of the apartment because I did actually like it kind of did something different with the walls on the balcony, because you can edit the wall on a balcony. You can't change the railing like where the fence is, but you can change the wall of the apartment. And so you can change like the different shape of the balcony kind of because of that. I've gotten a lot of comments before when editing balconies on apartments, and you can totally do it. Just delete the walls and you can redraw them and reshape them however you would like to, as long as they're not touching the edge of the balcony. And so it works pretty easily, and I thought it looked really nice just adding those extra windows, those really tall windows right by the dining table. I thought was really nice. And then since there wasn't like a ton of counter space, I couldn't clutter up the kitchen a ton, but I did add a teapot and then a couple of decorations just to fill in the space and make it feel decorated. And I thought the tile behind the counters was so pretty. This is a tile that we got with an update at some point. I'm not sure when that update was. It's been a while. I think it was around the time that we got the configurable stairs. I think so. But either way, I thought the orange like starburst pattern, I'm going to call it. I'm not sure if that's the right term to use for it, but either way, I thought it was really pretty back there. And then over here is going to be the entryway to the apartment. The entryway is pretty big, so I was like not really sure what I should do with it, but I ended up placing a side table, I think a painting, a coat rack, an umbrella rack, basically all of the entryway things that I normally do, a mirror of course, but I think it looks really nice. And then there's also a laundry room and a bathroom. So there's 2 doors to the left of the front door is where those are, and then there's 2 bedrooms as well. And I was imagining that a family of 3 live in this apartment, so 2 parents and 1 kid. And I was thinking that the parents do want more children, but they just don't think it's very practical living in an apartment that only has 1 bed for a kid, but maybe they're still thinking about it. And so maybe she'll be like surprisingly pregnant right now or something. I thought that could be a fun story, and maybe they were like thinking and hoping but not trying. I thought that would be kind of a fun storyline to play with. So if you guys want to do that, totally feel free. But for the parents, I was thinking that it was a husband and wife, and the wife is here in the city for work. Like she has a very, I don't know, like she has a career. I don't know what that career is, but it requires her to live here in the city, and she has to, like, it's a very professional job is what I was thinking. And then the husband, oh, she's a photographer. That's what I was thinking. I totally blanked because it has been a little while since I built this, so forgive me. But yeah, she's a photographer, and it requires her to live in a city. She takes very professional photo shoots, and she gets a lot of jobs, and it pays really well, and it's a really good job, and they basically can't give it up, and she loves it. But unfortunately, they have to live in the city, and it's not really where they want to be. Like the husband really wants to live on a farm, and so I put a bunch of plants around. I put a bunch of plant pots on the balcony, as well as a flower arranging table, and he just wants to be close to nature, and he loves growing plants and just like all of that kind of stuff. And so he kind of struggles living here, but for now it's what's best for their family, because it's good for his wife because it's part of her career, and her career requires her to live in the city. But maybe someday she'll be able to figure out a way to like branch out on her own and be successful living somewhere else. And so I thought that was also really fun as well, and a pretty good idea, because I think the kid in this family also really wants to live close to nature. So her and her dad are like kind of teaming up together against their mom, but they're not pushing their mom. Like they really like respect her and they want her to like have a successful career and be happy and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was a pretty fun story. Hopefully you guys like it anyways. But here you can see I'm working on the parents' bedroom, of course, using a lot of fall colors because that was my main inspiration for this family. I'm actually really happy that I thought of kind of a detailed story for the household, because that is something I really like to do, but sometimes I get so stuck on like a certain color scheme or like a certain theme that I'm going for that I kind of lose the family, or just think of like the kids, because they're a lot easier for me to think of stories. And so yeah, that happens quite a bit. But yeah, I really like the way the parents' room turns out. I like the brick accent walls. I thought were really nice. But over here is the kids' room, and so I gave the kid this beautiful canopy bed, and I just love it. It came from Seasons, and it's so pretty, and I thought this color swatch with like the brown and the green and the flowers was really perfect for this like fall look I was going for. And I actually spent quite a bit of time on this kids' room. I'm not sure if you guys will notice how long in the video because it is sped up, but I felt like I was spending ages just kind of trying to shuffle things around and figure out exactly how like I was gonna lay everything out. Mostly when it came to wall decorations, I felt kind of limited to what I wanted to use, because I wanted to show that this kid really loves like nature. So I do give her a frog, and so I thought that could be like her little pet. And also I wanted her to be into like arts and crafts, but I don't think I end up leaving the drawing table in here. I don't think I placed it back, but you could totally put it at the foot of the bed, because I have 2 dressers in here, and that's probably a bit repetitive, but I just thought it looked nice like this. So maybe to have something that's a bit more useful in the game, like actually usable, would be the drawing table would probably be a better idea. But either way, here I'm cluttering up the top of this dresser with just different toys and books, and of course the frog, like I said, and then that My Sims doll statue, I think is what you call them. I thought this one was pretty cute because it looks like a little kid wearing like a frog costume. It's adorable. And then here I'm looking for like posters and decorations. Every once in a while I'll find an object in game that's supposed to snap to the wall surface, and when you're too close to the edge of a wall, it like snaps to like the height of the next floor. And so that was what was happening to me there for just a moment. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but it happens every once in a while, mostly in apartments. and it's so frustrating because you can't delete the wall that it's trying to snap to and, you know, just fix it. You just kind of have to deal with it. But I made it work, and I found posters and decorations that I liked and that worked. But here I'm moving on to the balcony, and I really love the balcony. I love the pumpkins. I did turn some of the pumpkins around so you couldn't see the carvings because I wanted it to feel more fall-like and less Halloween-like. But of course you could turn them around if you want to see the faces and stuff. But I thought that was pretty cute. And then out here I was basically just trying to find planter decorations and different things that I thought would be like fun and useful to have on a balcony. And so I have an outdoor dining table, I have a barbecue, I have some decorative planters, I have a couple of these planters that you can actually plant in, and then also the flower arranging table from Seasons. I used that as well because I thought that would be a nice activity for the dad to do, because like I was saying, I do think he wants to be closer to nature, and this is kind of as close as he can get living here in San Myshuno. But thankfully they do have the balcony, so he can kind of make it work in his own way, I guess. And so it works for him for now, but I do think he's probably always dreaming about like living in Brindleton Bay or like Windenburg or something. And then over here on the outdoor dining table, I do put a few fall decorations, and then this is it for the build. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
I'm used to give all I have. I'm used to get nothing back. Wherever I go, it's the same. There's no excuses, no one to blame. Sometimes I can understand how it can be so hard to stay out of pain. But with you, everything has changed. Even though we both stay the same. Would you call me on the midnight train? Would you come over when nothing's right? Would you hold me tight in the rain? Even as we're having a fight. Say you, say you. Give up 100 times, it's never been worth it. But now there is so much to say. This time it is different. Sometimes